our almaras would be calling for action, action, action.
The second question. In the past school year, a predator committed 20 reported sexual assaults on the south side of campus. Given safety concerns arising from these incidents, as well as the stabbing of a fraternity member on Piedmont Avenue, how would you go beyond what has already been done to ensure that Cal is a safer place? Again, can we keep those side conversations to a minimum, please? In the past school year, a predator committed 20 reported sexual assaults on the south side of campus. Given safety concerns arising from these incidents, as well as the stabbing of a fraternity member on Piedmont Avenue, how would you go beyond what has already been done to ensure that Cal is a safer place? The order is Brett, Josh, Danny, Joan, and Ron.
You do not yet know the meaning of fear. Once I am swept into office, the streets shall be cleared of all those who threaten students. Once my almighty army of robots patrols every street corner, brutally destroying anyone who would dare threaten one of our own. Now you may think this sounds extreme. Is it not perhaps a stretch to elect someone so clearly evil to the vice presidency? Yet, was it not so long ago that Americans elected the most evil man in memory to the vice presidency? I speak, of course, of Walter Mondale. Yet, unlike Mondale, I pledge that I shall not be brought down by a highly trained team of experts in various fields of espionage and military arts, hand-picked by Dag Hammarskjöld himself. And once I complete my cloning task, my reign shall last forever, and no one shall fear anyone other than me.
The next speaker is Danny.
Crime is a huge issue every year, but especially this year. Violent crime has gone up 17% in the last 4 years, and it is an issue that we need to tackle now, especially on the south side. So one thing that I think that we can do to prevent crime in the future is get increased police walking beats and riding on bikes. That makes them more accessible to the general student population and really allows them to see what is actually going on in and around the campus. Another thing that we can do is increase blue lights. Blue lights always make students feel a lot more protected. Seeing them near them just establishes a feeling of comfort. Also, another thing that we can do, put in GPS systems on the night shuttles. Right now the night shuttles run on a half an hour and students wait for them or don't even use them. They have to make the choice between practicality and safety, which is a choice that students should not have to make on our campus. If we put tracking systems on the night shuttle, we'll be able to see exactly where they are in real time, because you're just as likely to get robbed sitting outside at night waiting for the night shuttle to come as you are walking home. Lastly, I just think that safety needs to be a huge priority for the EAVP office, and as the legislative assistant for District 8, I have had the opportunity to work with both UCPD and Berkeley PD, and I really think that those two bodies need to collaborate in the future, pool their resources together. When you look at the Berkeley Community Crime View and you get to the city of Berkeley, and you get to the University of Berkeley, there's a huge hole because they're not compiling their data, which makes me believe that they're not compiling their resources and working in conjunction as they should be to protect the students of UC Berkeley.
Thank you. Joan.
Okay, so I also believe that safety is a huge concern on this campus, especially for us as students. You know, we all know what it's like to come home late at night from classes or from organizations. And so I've been there as well, so I really understand and feel that. I would actually question the previous speaker though about like what is the point of actually increasing the amount of police if there's nothing for them to do? And so one thing I really want to do is work with the city and the UCPD and the university and city officials to come up with a safety task force. So we're not just putting students or students or officers on the street, but we're giving them stuff to do. And how do we dictate that? By creating student input. So that students have input. Right now in the city of Berkeley, if someone gets molested, if someone has a crime happen to them, there is no place to actually come and talk about our concerns, and a place where students and university officials and city officials could come and say, this is what we're going to do to stop this. And so I really want to work to create that next year, because that needs to happen. We need to have a comprehensive plan for what we're going to do when safety things like this occur on campus versus being very reactionary, which is what the city of Berkeley has done and what the University long time. So I really want to work to bridge communications with all parties to make this campus a more safe place. But there's a lot more that I want to do too. I really want to make sure that budget cuts are happening, and they're happening across the board. But the university should never ever compromise student safety. And by cutting CSO officers, by cutting the Bear Walk services and different things like that, which they have done, is compromising our safety. And so I will ensure as the EAVP that this does not happen, that students are prioritized, and work with the Office of the President, who will also be working on safety as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Before I address this question, I just want to say quickly what Defend Affirmative Action Party would press as EAVP would be winning the DREAM Act at the California and federal levels, eliminating the SAT in the university, and also demanding that some of the present federal stimulus package go immediately now to public higher education. And I support many of these proposals some of the proposals actually, that are being proposed, some basic things such as lights. The university should hire more students, many of whom still need jobs, to be helping with the safety question in Southside. We do not need more police. Police, the traditional role has been, the experience for Black and Latino people has been, oh, I don't want to go to Berkeley because I'm going to get harassed by the police. And the situation with Oscar Grant shows that things like this are true, and there's a very different experience for some of you who don't believe this for Black and Latino students than for other students. So, also the question of the sexual assaults. Of course, it's egregious and unacceptable. But I would also point out that the statistics say that 1 out of 3 women, or 1 out of 4 women graduating from college are raped or sexual assault is attempted upon them. There's a greater endemic problem of sexism and against women, even here at a liberal Berkeley campus, that we need to combat. The fact that there's low underrepresented minority student enrollment means this campus is more atomized. Those who have strong voices of dissent and will stand up proudly against discrimination of all sorts are not here. Lower income students are not here. And that inevitably creates a situation where students feel more atomized, women who are victims feel more like that they are individuals, and we need more events like the public hearings on campus hostile climate, where people come forward with their specific stories and demand, and we as a community student body can decide collectively what collective actions we'll take to combat racism, sexual assault on campus.
Thank you, Mom. Those are all the questions for student affairs.